I don't know what you do on a Saturday afternoon, but I usually do auto repair. And today I'm laying underneath a 2008 Nissan Pathfinder. Got a vibration, feel it in my butt. Not my hands, not my feet. My butt, under load. Driving straight, turning, all the things. But not in neutral, rolling forward, which made me think U-joint. So we're under here looking. Gonna give this U-joint a look over. It doesn't seem too bad. These ones aren't greasable. Nothing's loose that shouldn't be. Anyway, I think I found it, but I can't see it. But you can. It feels like the cap. Yep, right there. Can you see that? Feels like the cap on that U-joint. It's supposed to look like this. Has moved. Right there. Yep. That U-joint is having a bad day. You can't see it, but right in there. Okay, I've raised the back end just enough that in neutral we can turn the drive shaft. Yep, that's what I thought I was feeling. That right there, that ain't right. See the difference? There's that one. There's that one. Which means that U-joint right there, likely what's causing my vibration. Perfect. I was really hoping. Up here, I might as well turn things while we're in here. See what we're seeing. That one looks good. Looks fine. Looks fine. Awesome. So this drive shaft is coming out. Although probably not today, let's be honest. Oh, there it is, my very non-professional, only slightly educated opinion on the matter is my vibration is indeed my U-joint. Which, when you look around and see all the snow, is perfect. It's the time of year I really want to do that. So if you have a vibration in your butt, you should wait till it's cold and there's snow on the ground and then figure out what to do about it. Today's the day we take the drive shaft out. We just replaced the rug in our entryway, which means my workspace just got more comfortable. Crawling in from the back. Here's what we're going to do. There's the drive shaft. We should be able just to knock those bolts and nuts out, pull it toward us, drop it on our chest, and walk away with the drive shaft, I hope. Oh, that's just a 17 mil bolt and a 17 mil nut. And as blessing and provision would have it, my drive shaft was in exactly the right spot. I didn't have to block wheels, put it in neutral, turn the shaft. I just did it all in this position. It was a real blessing. Usually it's in precisely the wrong spot to make every bolt a real chore, but today we did all right. And you just wrestle it free of there, set it down on the ground. We should be able just to pull it. Yep, it's gonna pull right out. You can see it coming right out of there. And then you figure out how to get it out of underneath. Here's the front U-joint. You see how there's no, if I hold the drive shaft, there's no play in that at all. I'll show you the back, and you watch. See how that'll move? This side of the joint that I showed you earlier in the video, that's loose. What that was doing was causing one heck of a vibration in my butt when we were driving. And at first that's just annoying, and then my better half decides she doesn't like it, and then if I put it off too long, it's going to wear tires and transmissions and transfer cases and rear end. It just becomes bad, and it's all because this. It vibrated under load in my butt. It's the rear joint, remember? But not just a neutral coasting. Eventually it would have vibrated all the time, but we caught it early. Okay, I'm getting ready to head to the shop to press those U-joints out. But if all you wanted to see was drive shaft removal, we're done that part. You've seen it. So you can just skip the rest or fast forward to the end and see it put back in. Anyway, if any of this helps, my teenage kids tell me if I say hit all the buttons and things and do the stuff, that someday I'd be able to earn enough money to buy a coffee from YouTube. I doubt it. Anyway, if all you want to see was removal, we're done. If you want to see U-joints and stuff, there are better instructional videos than probably what you're about to see, because I'm figuring it out on my own. This video is really just to say, you can probably do it. I'm inside now, yep, because I'm moving it now, because I came to a shop. This is my grandfather's shop. Every now and then, I move the work here. This is the reason, right here. Now you can do this job with C-clamps and hammers and chisels and air things, and we're gonna do it with a shop press, well, because it's here. And as a bit of a side note, it occurred to me the last time I did this job was on my truck. It's a Frontier, same drive shaft. And I used this press. And I actually screwed up a U-joint. I messed up some needle bearings. And you didn't sign up for this story, but the last time I did it, my grandfather was here, and he heckled me for that, and he's passed away in the last year and a bit since then. So I'm gonna have my moment now, and we'll get back to you and show you how this works. All right, might as well start with the ones that are actually bad, if you recall. That's the one right there. I take these retainers out, so we're just gonna work around it. Do that. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes it's needle nose, sometimes it's brute force. Who knows what it'll be? Yep, broke it. Who could have seen that coming? Having trouble breaking those loose like I was. I took a punch, I hit straight down all the way around that collar. It loosened it up, and then I hit this way and this way, and I believe now if we take our needle nose, things are moving. Perfect, I can get it out of there. All right, after many minutes and much fussing, there's the old bearing. Some of the caps are on the floor somewhere. We pressed it out. I've taken just a little pick right here, cleaned these grooves out. You've also, if you got a little die grinder with a wheel, you can spin them around. You wanna get your lock rings so they'll fit in there nice and secure, because you don't wanna lose a lock ring heading down the road. No, sir. And I didn't tell you how pressing it out goes because it's just a pain. But maybe I'll show you pressing them back in so you can picture it. It's just backward. I'm just taking the cap off there. You see all those little needle bearings in there? They need to stay in place. If they don't, you got a bad day. So I'm going to take just a little bit of grease here. I don't know if it's a good idea or bad. Put a dollop of it in there to act like glue to keep them all in place. If you've got a serviceable bearing, put your grease fitting in, and then make sure you put it with your fitting right here pointed out, so that when this is together, you can get a grease gun on it. If it's going the other way, it's gonna be a lot harder. Again, you can use a C-clamp if you don't have a shop press, but here's what I got. The cap's on the bottom. I got my weird conglomeration of spacers and stuff, and we're just getting the cap pressed in there, just far enough to get the retaining clip. Now for now, not even really going a long ways. Make sure this isn't getting hung up top, because that would cause you problems later. I'm gonna go actually just till that's flush, and I'll show you why in a second. I gotta change, this is getting caught here. I gotta change my press just a little bit. Change this up so that it'll go flush. There we go. There, now that's not far enough to get the retainers in, but it is far enough so I can work upside down now, like this, and put my cap in from the bottom, and it'll help the needle bearings stay in place. that's moving. It is moving. All right, I've pressed the cap in here from the bottom. I'm putting this one in. I flipped it over, put the cap in. I'm gonna put a hand here. I should be able just to move this the whole time. If I can't, something's bound up, and I do not want that. So I need two hands to do this. I'm gonna hover that right in the center. I'm gonna run the press, and we're gonna press that right down. Then you just take a pair of needle nose pliers, set your lock ring in, make sure it seats good all the way around, because you don't want that coming out. That would be a bad day. We're back under the rig. It's dark out now. Got that end in. The vehicle's in neutral, and it's blocked, so it won't roll. And that lets you be able to turn your drive shaft to line those holes up. And then there's a little flange right in there that it will set on. Don't rely on it too much, or it might hit you in the face, but there you go. We're gonna put the bolts in, torque her back to spec. Okay, there they are. They're all torqued, everything's in. Let's take it for a drive and see if the vibration's going.